What's up, everybody? I'm starting a little bit early because I got situated earlier than I thought. And so why not? A little extra time to talk to everybody. I see Viv B is already in the chat. Yeah, I saw this. This is insane. So Jeff Maher podcast on YouTube just got demonetized. Didn't see that coming. Yeah, I didn't really understand why it got demonetized. Like he in the video because he said right at the beginning. Here, let's watch that video. Because he said right at the beginning, it's not because of the type of content he was posting or something like that. I think it had to do with his kids only content, something weird. But I guess he mentioned too. I went on Spotify and I followed it. I'm not sure how to subscribe or sign up. I think I did it right, but I clicked follow on his because I don't go to Spotify a lot except for music. I don't listen to a lot of shows on it. But anyway, so I'm trying to support him on Spotify. But yeah, here, look, let's watch this. I didn't really understand what happened. It's kind of scary, you know? Like I've had a YouTube channel, as I've mentioned before, for 10 years. Again, it's not on very controversial stuff. Oh, here, pop right up. It's on mathematics and standardized test prep. But hold on. Let's see. Okay, let's watch this. Okay, here we go. Okay. If you guys don't know what happened to Jeff Mara, here it is. Look.
Posted videos for a few days is because this channel was suddenly demonetized. That means that I'm no longer allowed to earn ad revenue. I want to emphasize that this has absolutely nothing to do with the content on this channel. To explain exactly what happened, I need to give you a little backstory, so please bear with me for a moment. Back in 2006, before Google even owned the platform, I created my original channel called Jeff Mara. At the time, I had my own chiropractic clinic, and YouTube was just a hobby for me. During the evenings after returning home from work, I would make videos. Except for a limited number of creators, nobody was earning money on YouTube till around 2000.
So if you look at that, what he was posting right there, I do think it was kids content. So he used to make kids content, I guess. I don't remember. I only discovered Jeff Mara a few months ago, to be honest. But I think that's the problem, because I know YouTube is a little bit funny in terms of when you're making content specifically targeting kids. Okay.
10. Back then, you had to be personally invited to monetize, and YouTube invited me. The channel became so successful that I was assigned a partner manager who gives support to high-performing creators like me. As a matter of fact, I've had 4. At its peak, the channel was getting 1 million views a day and has amassed over 840 million views in total. Because of the success of my videos were encouraged and acknowledged by my manager, I decided to close my clinic and dedicate myself fully to YouTube. It was an amazing opportunity to earn a living and stay home with my family. In 2020, YouTube implemented new policies regarding children's content that wiped out 99% of the revenue from the Jeff Mara channel overnight. And that contributed to me having to start over. I sold my house and rented an apartment until I could get back on my feet again. Since I had already sold all the equipment from my clinic, I couldn't just go back to my chiropractic office. I decided to start the Jeff Mara podcast channel. As you know, the channel has become successful, and it's because of you, which I am grateful. I was able to support my family once again. Even though collectively, all my channels have amassed over 1.5 billion views in nearly 2 decades of contribution, a little less than a month ago, YouTube decided they no longer wanted my original Jeff Mara children's videos on the platform and unmonetized the channel, even though it never broke any one of YouTube's policies. This is the very same channel they originally invited, supported, and encouraged me to build. What's even worse, a couple days ago, they decided that other channels, including this one, no longer deserve to earn ad revenue, even though they've never broken any policy. Basically, if one channel is unmonetized, they want to unmonetize them all.
Okay, so now I get it. Now, yeah, I listened to it once. Now it makes sense. And Jaybird's son says hello to everyone. Yeah, so here's what basically happened then in a nutshell. It's because he had content targeted specifically to kids. And I don't know that, I know that can be a different thing on YouTube, because they ask every time you post a video, is this for kids under, or people under 18 or whatever it is, right? So if you're making content targeted towards kids, obviously there's good reason, I'm sure, that YouTube has for having stricter guidelines. But so they have stricter guidelines there, and then it's his original channel, not his current one, that created the problem. So I do believe it is true that it has nothing to do with the content that Jeff Maher is covering on his YouTube channel. It's more the original channel, and then since they demonetized that one, now they're demonetizing this one. It's just a bummer. But there is, I don't know what the right move is, and this sucks. I know he mentions later in the video that he's got a family and his kids are in college and stuff like that, and that's a horrible situation. And man, what a crazy story. He said that he was just cranking it and doing really well on YouTube, and then he had to sell his house and move into an apartment to survive, and then he got back on his feet, started another YouTube channel, and this one started taking off, like, on a totally different topic. That's crazy, but it is what it is. But if he bounced back before, I'm sure he'll bounce back again. But what I was going to say is, I don't know if this means he needs to, I don't know, because I know other content creators, some of them don't even monetize their YouTube channels, that are really successful. They turn the monetization off, and they monetize in different ways, whether it's through Patreon, or I know there's some channels that are trying to specifically monetize on Patreon, or try and monetize with merchandise or different things like that. And so obviously this is his bread and butter, and he said he's the sole provider for his family. So that's it. It's all on him. It's wild. Hopefully he'll figure it out. But yeah, I guess he's on spot. I guess the way that he's going on Spotify. I think he said he already had 5,000 subscribers on Spotify. So hopefully people will migrate over. The good news for him is that it's not like his YouTube channel was taken down. You know what I'm saying? He can still use this YouTube channel that he's got up here with his subscriber base and everything like that to communicate to all his subscribers that, hey guys, I'm on Spotify, and hopefully a lot of those people will transition over. Yeah, that's a crazy, crazy thing. Good morning from SoCal. You're up early. I thought this was going to be too early for most of my West Coast people, but let's go. Perpetual Karma 5773. What's up? Where in SoCal are you from? Because I live in SoCal too. And how did you find the channel? Because I don't recognize that name, so I think you're new. And Viv, by the way, I was already looking at some of the responses for my post about our next Google Meet. Wait, let me look again. And I think it seems like the consensus is not to do it at that weird early time this weekend or anything like that. I think I'm going to wait until the following weekend, maybe like early July. Let me just look at the posts here. If more people have responded. No, still only 2 votes. Okay. Sonia Jefferson says morning. What's up, Sonia? I think I just responded to one of your comments on one of my videos, because your name looks familiar. I can't remember what you commented. Yeah, I know. That's insane. But again, right, my original thought was, when I saw that, oh snap, it's because of the type of content he makes. Obviously that's the type of content that I'm making, so that's a bummer. But I don't think that's what it is. It's literally because, or maybe it is, and maybe that's just the scapegoat that they're using. But I think it's because, again, he had that whole channel creating children related content. And I know they're especially strict on that stuff because obviously kids can be susceptible to different things or targeting for different types of products, and so they have to crack the whip a little bit more. So I don't think it has much to do with this original content, but that's crazy. Orange County, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I live in LA. I'm at LAX right now. Found you a month or so ago looking for info. How did you learn about the soul trap, perpetual karma? How did you come about it? For me, it was David Icke. Yes, you did. I'm so happy someone stated what to do after death. Yeah, right? I'm going to see if I can keep finding information. Yo, you guys don't even know. You guys don't even know the video I made last night, but I'm having it post tomorrow morning. And it's about pre-birth memories. It's crazy. It's crazy. Prod.involution is the one that sent it to me, and it's a crazy video. And the thing is, the guy who's talking about his pre-birth memories, he's kind of more of a, you would say, kind of a new age guy. He's talking about it almost how folks talk about their NDEs, very positively, very beautifully. He tears up, wells up with emotion, talks about how he wanted to come and experience life, to have his energy or soul grow through hardship and through these experiences, which is that traditional new age type of perspective. But it's like you read between the lines, and the whole, it like gives the entire framework, not intentionally, right? But it gives the entire framework of the manipulation process. It's so crazy. So I'm now going to start looking into more testimonies of pre-birth memories, because I think there's a lot of golden nuggets in there in terms of how this whole thing works. Shannon Paul says, caught alive. Let's go. Yeah, this is a weird time for live. Normally I do them at 6 p.m. PST on Fridays, but as you can see, check it out. I'm at the airport. I'm in the Delta Lounge right now. So this is really the only time I could do the live today, and I wanted to do a live on Friday. Sadia Jefferson said, I can't wait. I always said, I'm not from here. This is not my home. Same for all of us. Same for all of us. You know how interesting it is when you think about it? You say that, right? And I think all of us in this chat right now recognize that. But then you think how funny and how silly it is that we get so caught up in the identity that we have on this planet. Like, I'm Indian. I'm also American. Whatever, if people grow up in a religious faith that they feel really tied to, I'm this, I'm that, and we stick together. We get so into all these different identities. And then for us folks that we make this realization, you just kind of, or I'm Democrat, I'm Republican, whatever it may be. And then you just whoop, you kind of like step out of all of that. Because like, wait a minute, I'm not even from here, from this planet, And so all these identities just kind of fade into the background. And then it makes you think those folks that get so tied into it, like think about these, I guess you could say, hateful groups, right? That are for supremacy of a particular ethnicity or things like that. And they get so riled up about it. And it's like, you're just, it would be as silly. It's kind of as silly as if you go play, remember that game Halo on Xbox? Like, imagine we get into a game of Halo and then you're playing the people versus the aliens, and then you start playing Halo, and then immediately in Halo you just are like, yeah, it's all alien, because you're on the alien team. It's all alien power. I hate all the people that are using the human avatars. They all suck. No, it's all about alien superiority. And you go out and you just try and like attack the people that took the people avatars in real life, because you're just so, and you're like, what are you doing, dude? It's just a game. You know what I mean? It's like we could say the same thing about these identities here. Yes, that was a relief to hear that there is a way out. Absolutely. Yeah. Now, again, we have to take it with a grain of salt, right? We have to always think, where's the communication coming from? What is the motive? That's the thing that we have to always be mindful of. There's so much trickery and deception, just like in this world here with entities giving communication. So, but it resonated. It again goes back to that idea of free will and dictating where you go. Pre-birth. Was he crying and didn't want to come? Yeah, that's part of it. That's part of it. I'm going to save the information on this video for when it comes out, but check it out. It's coming out tomorrow, I think at 10 a.m. or something. Yes, land gauges language. Land gauges language. What's up, Joni? Joni, are you new to the channel? I haven't seen you in a live before. Welcome. Heart Magic Wisdom. What's up, Fabian? Hey, question on the Darius video. He said that no soul would by choice want to experience those crazy satanic rituals as a child. That's a contradiction. What do you think about this? Well, I don't remember him saying that, but that absolutely is a contradiction. He said no soul by choice want to. Wait, did he say it in my interview? Want to experience those crazy satanic rituals as a child, but then he said on the other side we were completely free. I mean, that is a contradiction, and I actually don't think that's true. I think that it wasn't my interview. I don't remember that. It seems to me that whatever I think that I mean, those things are crazy, right? But I have a feeling it could go, I guess, either way, but I have a feeling that even the terrible things, they kind of need us to, and this is actually talked about in the pre-birth memories, that they kind of need us signing off on these rough patches, however terrible they may be. I think that it seems to be that is part of what makes this whole thing work. And I think they get our consent, even for these horrible atrocities, they get our consent by manipulating us to make us think that we're going to just get this amazing spiritual growth, or we're going to get this new vibrant essence that we see in other beings. You're going to see it in the pre-birth. So I think there's something to that. Joni says, yes, new. Awesome. How did you find the channel, Joni? How did you find it? What was the video? Sonia Jefferson says, right. Wait, what are you responding to? Sonia, I can't wait. Oh, yeah. I think I know what you're responding to. Okay, got it. I can give you the timestamp if you want. No, I think it's okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah, if he did say that, that would be a contradiction. I agree with you. I think Darius says there are fixed markers, but stuff happens in between. I don't know. Yeah, he has said there are fixed markers. And I've heard that also from Life Between Lives, from those hypnotherapists, from Michael Newton as well. But I wonder about that too. I made a video talking about this idea of fixed markers or major, like big points, even though Intuitive Underground kind of says the same thing. But then I made a video questioning, are there actually fixed markers, or is that part of the illusion? Because in so many accounts, pre-birth memories are very important for this as well, but also these hypnotherapy sessions as well give good insights to this. You basically have your entire life planned out ahead of time. It's shown to you. So you kind of see what it's going to entail, and then you choose the life according to what these markers are and what the challenges are that you'll face. But I've wondered, is that also part of the manipulation? Is that less of a, hey, this is what it's going to be, do you want to do it? Or is it more of a programming? They want the life to go this way, and so they're showing you that. Then that is embedded in your subconscious, and then that's why these markers happen. You know, I've wondered that, could we completely deviate from these markers, and that these major checkpoints of, oh no, you're definitely going to have at least 2 kids, you're definitely going to meet this person, you may get married, you may divorce, we don't know, but like you're going to interact. Or yes, could be. Or is that all just programming because that's how the powers that be want it to go, and we ultimately can completely flip the script? I kind of think we can completely flip the script. I think we just might be programmed in a way that it becomes much harder to do so. I don't know. That's just what I feel in my gut. The one and only Spook says, he said people are not getting the experience they agreed to. I watched that video interview too. Oh, okay. I see. I'm not remembering these details right now. I find it hard to accept. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, you found me through Tony Sayers. Really? Legend. Through the Tony Sayers interview. Yeah. Tony's the man. I got to get Tony back on here. Poke UK Collector. I'm new. What's up? Found your Intuitive Underground video. They are amazing. Yes, they are. And they're dude. I talked to him today, yesterday on Instagram, and they're getting more interviews. You should have seen them on, I don't know if you saw this, but they were on the Inspired channel, and that video got like 60,000 views, and they're getting more offers to do more interviews, and I think more remote viewing work. Like, I'm so happy for them, because they seem like genuine good guys. They're trying to do this with the utmost good intention, and now it's finally kicking off for them. I mean, they had that amazing 6-hour video, incredible information in that, and that's the one that I reviewed in 4 parts. It had like 23 subs. Nobody had seen it. Now I think the views are up on that video as well. They're getting more subscribers and stuff to their YouTube channel, which is great. I'd love to see them pumping out more content. But these interviews on other channels, I mean, mine got about 12,000 views, which is good, but good for my following. But on Inspired, like 60,000, the word's getting out. It's really, really cool. So yeah. Hey, Shadow Seeker, morning, folks. What's up? Good morning. Shadow Seeker, where are you at? I can't remember. I think you said, but I can't remember. Every time you deviate, then a marker is made. Wait, every time you deviate from the main plan, a new marker is made, is what you're saying? Can you explain that a little bit? Overall, he seems like a good guy. I mean, it's obviously about love, and he seems to understand oneness. I just don't get how he logically fits together. No trap. Yeah, I think what, like, I've said this before. After I interviewed Darius, because I had a lot of questions about why he was saying the things that he said. Just what are his motivations, I guess. And I don't know still 100%, but I get basically I'll put it down like this. He's gotten certain communications from one entity, maybe two, and he believes what is coming through wholeheartedly. And he, that's kind of it. The issue is that we all know, that we all acknowledge, and I brought it up to him in the interview if he thought about it. But the issue I think that we all have is, hey, there's a good chance that communications from entities can be corrupted. Same reason why I questioned Alex Collier's information. And we have to be careful of this information, especially in light of the fact that we see different accounts from all over the place, right? How do we know that Darius's accounts are the right ones and all these other ones are wrong? It's tricky. And what's his explanation? He said that he got his accounts through these individuals and they predicted things that would happen, and they all happened. Well, so what? To me, in my opinion, I think that there could be negative entity. I mean, look, the archons themselves, if we accept the soul trap paradigm, the archons themselves are predicting our entire lives. Like, that doesn't make them positive beings looking out for our well-being, right? So that, to me, is not good evidence that necessarily what they're communicating is legitimate and the truth. So, but that's where Darius is coming from, is that what he's seen and what he's experienced and what he's been shown, that's it for him, right? And so he's kind of staying within that bubble. I don't think he's being deceptive. That was one of the, not like I had a big question about that, but we all gotta just pay attention. I don't think that. I think that he's telling his truth, if that makes sense. And that's it. It's part of the fabric of information that we have available to us to analyze, to think about, to consider. And just like you're saying too, the love stuff that he's talking about, I think there is truth, and that does resonate. But I think just maybe the entire framework of reality is not there. Poke UK Collector gives me a smiley face. All right, legend. Good for them. It was great. Yes, it was great. Fixed marker suck too. I agree. Sonia says yes. Florida. Oh, Panhandle. So it's like 10-15 there. Legend as another option. Mercifer, new to the channel. I'm new to your channel and really enjoying your vids. Thank you. Hey, man, very welcome. Where are you from? Are you from the US? That's not free will. Now, if you're talking about markers not being free will, yes, but if you have agreed to them with free will ahead of time, then is it free will, right? And I think that's the whole conundrum here, is that it feels like you have these fixed markers, and what the heck, wait a minute, I thought I get to choose. I thought, well, if you chose ahead of time for all those fixed markers, then I think they're meeting their obligation in terms of abiding by the laws of free will. But does that mean we can't, right? I don't think that means we can't override those previous decisions at some point. I think we're just kind of tricked into it. I'm starting to think that if we just wake up in this life and just start really taking control of the wheel, we can flip everything in real time. We're just lulled into this idea that, hey, the real time to click out of all this stuff is once we cross over. And that's when we have to assert our authority and our sovereignty. I don't know. I've been thinking more and more that maybe, no, it's like it's right here. It's in front of us right now. And we can take control of the wheel and just turn this whole ship around within this life. I don't know. Just a feeling I have. Perpetual Karma. I saw an interview with Jason Reza Georgiana. Made me look further. Georgiani, yeah, dude, Georgiani's a legend. I want to get him on the show. Oh my God, that'd be a fun interview. I'd reserve like 4 hours for us to talk because he knows stuff about everything. That guy is really, really knowledgeable. What a fun conversation that would be. Google, thanks for the answer. Got to run in a bit. Good flight, man. Thank you. Appreciate it, Fabian. We got to get our memories back is the only way to not be fooled. The memories of our soul. Yes. I wonder if it's accessible here. I bet it is. I think anything is kind of possible, but how to do it, how difficult is it? I don't know the answers to that. Hi, I'm new from your channel. Markers are like how we read Kundalini or horoscopes. I'm not sure because I don't know too much about Kundalini. Yeah, but maybe you could say horoscopes. Hey, in Idaho, land of potatoes, legend. I actually go to Montana, which I think is pretty close to Idaho. I go to Montana 8 or 10 times a year because I commentate for a fight promotion based out of Montana. So hold on, let me double check how close Montana is to Idaho. 1 second. I think they're right next to each other, but I can't remember. Idaho. Yeah, it's right now. It's the neighbor of Montana. So that part of the U.S. I'm fairly familiar with, and it's awesome. Awesome. I love going there for shows. Sometimes we go to this really small city called Great Falls, and it's just so cool. It's so quiet, so chill. Everybody knows everybody, and I've gotten to know a lot of the fighters that are based out of there. So when we go out with those guys, the night before the fights, we'll go out to dinner. Sometimes we'll go out to the bars or something, and we just keep running into people. They're like, "Yo," like, you know what I mean? They know the fight. It's just such a close knit community. It's cool, different than LA for sure. I chose a really miserable 10 years. Yes, what you just said. We are aware now. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, exactly. The one and only Spook agreed. Yeah, I've been to Montana. Oh, cool. What cities in Montana have you been to? Just a thought. Is the technology that aliens use for memory wipe of abduction, is it the same as pre-birth or past life memory wipe? No clue. But I don't know. Of course it could be, but the difference is those memory wipes are just for like a short time period, whereas it seems like the memory wipes that we experience before we incarnate is a complete memory wipe of everything prior to the new life. Although that may not be true. Maybe there are things that, like instincts, I don't know, some subconscious things that do come through, but I'm not sure. New York, what's up? Okay, so 1020 over there, legend. Oof. By the way, I'm drinking decaf coffee. I mostly gave up caffeine back in December. I don't know if I've talked about that before or not, but I pretty much don't drink caffeine unless I have some crazy work stuff and I'm feeling super exhausted. I need to plow through, but pretty much now abstain, especially now because the summertime, my schedule's way lighter. Hopefully I won't have to have any caffeine or won't feel the need to have any caffeine all summer, which is going to be awesome. And the cool thing about that too is when you get tired, instead of, okay, I'm exhausted, I need a cup of coffee, you just take a nap. It's like the most obvious thing, but we get caught in this like cycle where we're just, oh, I'm tired, let me get a cup of coffee. It's like, maybe you just need to go to bed. It's what your body's telling you. I was drinking coffee for so long, and lots of it too, that I kind of forgot. When you feel tired, you're supposed to sleep. And hopefully I'm going to be able to sleep on my flights here. We'll see. Have any of you guys studied or looked up any stuff about pre-birth memories? Oh, by the way, and two things. Number one, give this stream a like, guys, if you could. I'd really appreciate it. The likes help. The engagement helps. Just helps push the stream out to more people. But secondly, make sure to connect with me on Instagram, Pink Tourmaline Huzefa. You can communicate with me there. Send me videos, send me messages. Actually, that's how I've been getting some of these new video ideas, is messaging through Instagram. As I mentioned, prod.involution. He sent me a bunch of really cool stuff. Ugh, excuse me. I have to go through more of it, but yeah, crazy stuff out there. We're figuring this out. We're figuring all this stuff out. It's pretty dope. Mpool 2192. Do you know Marina Jacoby? She has a completely different approach. Basically, she receives information from the Council of Nine. No, I don't know her. But what is that? Is she channeling, basically? Mr. Mex Biker. Hey, the guy, the remote viewer guy, right? From, what is it? Oh my God, I'm blanking on the remote viewing team. What's that group? Don't tell me. Courtney Brown. Farsight Institute, right? Farsight. I said it before you posted it. I've said it before I saw you post it. Farsight. Yeah, what's up? Welcome back. Hey, what do you guys want? Can I interview you, or can I interview somebody on your team? I want to do another remote viewing interview so badly. It'd be amazing. I can do it. I can probably make it work next week. I'm going to be abroad, but as long as I got to test the Wi-Fi connection, but I think if the Wi-Fi connection is strong, because we're going to be sailing, but if the Wi-Fi connection is strong and steady, we can do it. Mercifer, I need to look more into pre-birth memories. Yeah, I know. I'm going to do more videos on it, for sure, if I can find more good accounts. Violetta T, are you new to the channel? I haven't seen you before. Welcome. I think the memories wiped is a system. From avatar to another one is important to be full in experience, not to get a glue. They want us to feel real as much as can be. Wait, hold on. Let me read that again. I think the memory wipe is a system. From an avatar to another one, it is important to be full in the experience, not to get a glue. They want us to feel. So basically, you're saying the memory. Yeah, I think I know what you're saying. You're saying the memory wipe is effectively a way to have full immersion. Kind of like if you're playing a video game and you want it to feel as real as possible in like a virtual reality system, you'd want to block out any knowledge of you're actually having a life outside and just say, nope, we want to be fully immersed and pretend we are this actual character. Yeah, I mean, that's the justification that I've heard people say as to why there's the memory wipe, so we can have full immersion, we can remove our powers. Some people call it putting that artificial veil over us so we can really experience everything. And it could be that that is the motivation, just simply to have full immersion, and so that we can more fully immerse ourselves into this experience. But we have to be mindful of the other possibility, which is, of course, that there's a negative reason for it, and it's to keep us basically blind and in the dark. And so we keep repeating over and over this cyclic existence for some ulterior motive. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, Violet T, how did you find the channel? What was the video that brought you here? I'd love to know. Sonia Jefferson, Farsight. Yes, she channels and gives tools on how to create your reality. Let me add it to my list. I'm not so sure on channeling, but you never know. Marina Jacoby. Because as I've mentioned, the issue potentially with channeling is, who are you channeling? Can you trust the information, or is it corrupted in some way? You know, that's kind of the big concern. Okay, Maroney Jacoby. Hold on, what is it? Marina Jacoby. Jacoby, Council of Nine. Okay, we'll check with team. Sweet. Let me know. Let me know. And Mr. Mex Biker here. Let's see. Mr. Mex Biker, you can here's my Instagram if you want to communicate with me that way for an interview. Hit me up there. If instead you'd prefer my email address, let me know. I'll post it right now in the chat. So Mr. Mex Biker, let me know your preference. Happy Friday, y'all. Hey, 1128 Missy is back in the house. Read all the books by Michael Newton. Write to him years ago. And he wrote back and I said, oh, cool. He has a lot about pre-birth or life between lives. Yeah, I've read both of his books. Well, actually, one book he wrote. The second one was from his team. He has a lot of stuff about life between lives. Was there stuff about pre-birth in those books? I can't remember now. Simbarish Chetsu. Simbarish. Hello there. Hey, Zimbabwe. So cool. What's up? Welcome. We're also searching for the truth of this reality and beyond, as you should be, as we all should be, right? I suggested law of one to you, but now I'm worried it's new age and I didn't realize I'm new to all this. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. I haven't looked at it yet, but somebody else also, I think, suggested law of one. You're not the only one. Memory wipe is BS. If we're supposed to learn, at least let us remember the main lesson we learned. Duh. Right? Yeah. And I think that's one of the things about the memory wipe is if it's indeed to learn, what are we learning? I know I've heard the explanation. No, it's like you're learning intuition. You're learning some deep thing in your subconscious. I don't know. Enjoy Monroe. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I don't like that we call this artificial, like that we call this artificial. You mean the planet, this life? I agree, Missy. Sonia says, greetings, everyone. What's up, Izzy? Sonia Jefferson said, Missy. You got it, is what I meant. Oh, good. All right, cool. Awesome. And Violetta, tell me, how did you find the channel? How did you end up here? I'd love to know the video that got you here. Council of Nines. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's where my mind goes when I hear the channeling stuff. You know what I mean? I'll check it out. It's not going to be at the top of my list, but I wrote it on my list of stuff. So, are you on your way to Monroe? Not yet. So first, I am going to Europe. I'm going on just more of like a vacation networking thing. And then, which is going to be awesome. It's going to be really, really cool, beautiful. We're going to be sailing and stuff. And yeah, it's going to be amazing. I'm going with a big group of people. And then after that, I'm going to Monroe. So it's coming up. Okay. When did this live stream start? About 40 minutes ago, 38 minutes ago to be exact. Intuitive Underground got me to the channel. Let's go. No, I don't think I'm going to watch Disclosure Day. I can't watch Hollywood movies about this stuff because it's just like, it's just too lame to me. After all the stuff that I've researched and learned and in depth, like, and then it's just, I know it's going to be stupid and it's going to be lackluster and it's going to still miss so much of the information that we know is out there. This is like, it's going to be disappointing. I mean, did you watch it? And what did you think? Because if you have watched it, maybe you'll change my mind. But I just feel like it's going to be a frustrating watch. I tried Monroe's binaural beats. Awesome. Yeah, I've been trying them as well, actually, through the Expand app. Are synchronicities part of the Matrix scam or part of the true reality? Well, it's a good question. And it's actually Howdy McCoskey talks about that. And he thinks it's part of the Matrix framework scam, whatever you want to call it. And I would probably tend to agree, you know, and it's kind of a matter of interpretation, because a lot of times we focus on the positive things that happen in our life as synchronicities, but what about the negative things? He makes that point as well, I believe, in Empty the Cave, that like, hey, wait a minute, what about these terrible things that have happened? Nobody says, hey, this was supposed, oh wow, the synchronicities, it's all lining up. So what's it, you know what I mean? So the good and the bad are probably embedded in there to some extent, and just to get us from point A to Z in the way that they want us to get there. So yeah, I would imagine it's probably part of it. I bet you like that feeling of deja vu as well is probably, unfortunately, a sign that you're on whatever trajectory they want you to be on. Yes, life, that this is artificial, like we are in a petri dish or something. Well, Hadi Mikowski addresses this, and he says effectively not to approach life that way, that it's just a construct and it's all made up, and so I don't have to care about this, that, or the other, and to actually be here, live life, get whatever you need to get it done. Don't just disconnect and be in la la land. And I think there's something to that, because we're here right now and there is something real here. This is not all made up. Guess what's real? We're real. I'm real. You're real. That's the thing. So while we call this a simulation, all that stuff, there is real divine sparks here, and it's all of us. And that's, I think, why it's so important for us to connect with each other. We're all on the same team. So there is a lot real here. I got turned on to Area 52 at Monroe. Like, you mean learning about Area 52? David Icke said the movie was not good. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. I'm sure it's not a good movie. Like, Isabella Green, good interview. Yo, it's coming up. It's coming up. July 15th. I can't wait. Oh, and I got Isabella Green's new book. It came in the mail. I brought it with me on my trip because I have to read it. She asked me to read it before we talk on July 15th. So, but I've got all of Robert Green. I bought all of Robert Monroe's books, all three of them. So I want to try and read all three, which is going to be a tall task to read them in the next week. I don't know if I'll be able to. At least I'm going to read one of them for sure. Because I'm not just going to be sitting in my room reading the whole trip, but I want to try and read at least one of them before I go to Monroe. I heard they do pre-programming through movies. Snake Eyes has eerie coincidences with Charlie Kirk incident. So I don't know why they put this movie out right now. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, they might be on the verge of having some lame version of disclosure that probably is going to be releasing 1/1000th of whatever information is out there, and they're probably going to try and use it and spin it for some ulterior motive. It's going to be super lame. Disclosure's already happened. You know what I mean? There's so much information that's out there. You just have to pay attention. It's all out there. Elizabeth Shakowski, welcome to the channel. My own experiences with channeling led down rabbit holes that ended up more destructive than contrary. I avoid such material. Interesting. So you were channeling. I'm about to find out who is on the same team. Got Desayan goggles coming. I don't know what those are. What are Desayan goggles? Hey, folks. What's up, Viv? What's up, fam? Maria Alexandra. Oh, hey, what's up? Hey, I've seen you in a bunch of the comments. What's up? Welcome to the stream. What's up, fam? Sending love and light. Kidding. Yes. It's really just verbiage or language. Why people call it a simulation or artificial, and you're right. No matter what it is, we are here. Yeah, exactly. Sending unicorn farts and sprinkles. Wahaha, Viv says. Monroe Fart Journey's best book and includes his discoveries. I think that's the first. Yeah, that's the first one. That's the one that I got right now in my laptop bag. So that's the first one that I'm going to read. Google's Shannon Paul says, "Hi, joined a bit late. I'm so sorry for I know. Yeah, I followed him on Spotify too. I mean, that's all we can do right now is just support him there. I think he's going to be fine. I think it's going to be all right because, like I said, the good thing is he still has a YouTube channel, so he can still blast out the messages to people there and say, hey, follow me on Spotify and get everybody to migrate over. I think it's going to be okay." Violetta says, I found you from my algorithm that YouTube. See, I'm interested. I have questions about this reality with the Astro one. I like your view. I'm subscribed. Yay. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the party. Huzaifa, I'd love to see you in Journey to Truth do a podcast. Those goggles help you see into the Journey to Truth. Okay, let me write that down. Okay, add it to the list. Now I have 100 people on my list. You can see people's aura. Apparently 20% of them. What? Is this, are we going back to this NPC stuff? Because are you saying the people that don't have aura, or is it some other explanation? What happened to Jeff Mara? His whole YouTube channel got demonetized. It's insane. Yeah. So he's trying to get it's not because of his current content. It's because he had an old channel with a lot of kids content. Hey guys, I got to run to my gate because it's boarding in like 3 minutes and I'm a little bit a ways away. So I have to walk a bit, but that's what happened to Jeff Mara. Goggles. I want to know about the goggles. Why did Jeff get demonetized? Because we talked about this at the beginning of the stream, so you can rewind if you want. But the main thing is he used to have a channel with all this kids-related content, and ultimately that content is still up on YouTube. Ultimately, they decided to demonetize that and any channel associated with his old channel, and so that's why everything got just like demonetized. But he's moving everything now to Spotify. He's trying to get all his followers to go there so he can monetize it there. He said he needs 50,000 followers or something before he can start monetizing. So, you know, I really love your, hey, La Bustil. I really love your channel, brother. It's like stumbled upon you looking at the same info. Let's go. Welcome to the channel. I had my aura photograph, save trip until later. Tony Sayer said that Eckhart Tolle is new age. Yeah, he did say that. I don't know about the David Icke thing. I could see Eckhart Tolle, but I don't know. David Icke, I'm really reluctant to believe that. I mean, Tony has his reasons. I feel like Tony's got a really high bar for people, though. He's got a really high bar. Like, if you do one thing out of alignment with what he feels is correct, then I've, you know what I mean? I think he can. He's just tough. He's tough, and not that that's, you know, maybe you need to be. I don't know, but to me, it's like all the stuff that David Icke brought me to this realization. David Icke is out there. He's been banned in all these countries. I feel like he's been on the front lines for so long. It's really hard for me to just toss David Icke out. One of the things he mentions, David Icke leads protests sometimes. Tony Sayers like, those are pointless. I mean, it's not like I disagree with Tony there, but I'm like, okay, David Icke does one thing that you disagree with, and now all the good work that he's done you throw away. I don't know. That's really hard for me to say that he's controlled opposition. Safe travels. Thank you. Have a safe trip. But why is kid content? It's not that it's so bad. I think it has to do, I'm not exactly sure, but I think just YouTube is really strict with that stuff. But I'm not sure. Have a safe trip. Talk to you one day. Museum of Tarot. That's the link to buy the goggles. Museumoftarot.com. I'll write this down. Hold on. Okay, guys, I got to go. Once again, here is my Instagram. If you guys want to connect with me on Instagram, you can message me. You can send me videos and stuff like that for things that you want me to cover. And please click that like button. If you could run up the likes on the stream, that would be great. I got to run. Otherwise, I'm going to be potentially late to my gate. Check out this channel, Inspired with John. Yeah. I've seen Inspired. Awesome. A lot of great interviews up there. Thank you. Have a nice trip. Bye. Thank you, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Watch my video tomorrow. Pre-birth memories. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, take it easy. Peace.